let's take it back today. Why is it that it's important to be good at presenting when you are a leader? Now, you and I both know that the key ingredient to get anything done in a workplace, to create followers, to make sure that the work is being done, to make sure that processes are being met, that targets are being met, is your team have to trust you. It's the one component that you and I both know has to be in place for things to happen. They have to trust you. And to get to trust, well, it takes time. It takes time, and it takes honest, transparent communication. It takes showing that you know what you want and are behaving in a way that you want the team to see, that you are doing what you say you're going to do, that you are communicating messages, that you are giving them insight, that you are helping them along the way. And it's all down to communication. In fact, one of my favourite things about trust is that really as a leader, you want to become what they call the trusted advisor. There's a book called The Trusted Advisor by Mason, Green and Guilford that was written in the early 2000s that comes up with this idea that you get trust via this equation. And the equation is this. You have credibility plus reliability plus intimacy over self-interest. And the point here is that there has to be some self-interest, right? If there's no self-interest at all, then you kind of lose some of that, all of that trust. If there's too much self-interest, you lose the trust. But it's the credibility, reliability, and intimacy that I love, okay? Credibility is showing that you know your stuff. Reliability is doing what you say you're going to do. And intimacy is revealing things about yourself so people get to know you. And really this boils down to that thing of, do they know you and do they like you enough to trust you? And that's something that runs all the way through the way that we communicate with our teams. Now, when it comes to getting messages across really quickly to your teams, I'm going to say to you that you are not visible enough right now. Let's see, let's test that. The other bit of theory that we know to be true is this. About 10 years ago, Google did a load of research and came up with what's called the 0 moment of truth, which is the point at which someone goes, yes, I trust this brand or this person enough to buy from them, to make a decision in their direction. And for that to be achieved, there is something that we do, which is 11, 7 and 4. 11 is, for this to happen in a digital space, which is the world that we're living in, you need 11 interactions with someone. You need 7 hours of time with them, and you need it to happen in 4 different platforms. Okay, so we know this. We know we need to build, know, like, trust. We need to build, know and like so that we get trust, and reliability so that we get trust over time. And we know that in a world that we're all operating in, we need these 11 interactions, we need 7 hours of time with someone and 4 platforms. Now let's look at, bring out the organogram, why don't you? All right, so organogram time. Here are you at the top of as CEO at the top of your business with your probably, let's say, on average, 7 or 8 people around you in your C-suite. And below them, they've got their teams of people like this. And below them, they've got their teams of people like this. And it goes on and on and on like that. And, you might be operating a business that has the shop floor. You might be operating a business that is global, that has more and more of these people, okay? So you have, and hello, let's remember that we've got lines that come out of people, but there might also be dotted lines going all over the place as well. Oh, you've got to love an organogram with dotted lines in it. But let's look at the way that your intent as a leader is being delivered and the message is getting through. So the direction of message is this, right? It's going out that way, and then it's going out that way, and it's going out that way, and it's going out. So it's kind of going this way, right? Let me put it to you like this. Every time you communicate a message, it has the chance to weaken and get lost in each of these interactions. And the threats to that message is clearly people just understanding what it is that you want them to do. The threats to that message are the number of times it's said incorrectly. The fact that here, and the more you go down the chains and the more people there are, they'll all be discussing, oh, well, I don't believe that. Oh, no. They'll be adding all their own feelings to that message. And so you have a lot that is working against your message. And then here's the thing. Yes, you are talking to your team, and this team probably really trusts you. And yes, this team probably really trusts them. And this team really trusts them to a point. You don't know at any of these points as well is if that message is being presented in a way that's positive or agreed with, So you know what I'm saying. A lot of leaders say to me, it takes a long time for the message to get to here. It takes a long time for people to understand this message when it does get to here. And they see a lot of fallout here. And yet, the number of times that this person here in the business, on your shop floor, if you like, sees this person here, aka you, is possibly maybe once a year on the big speech to everybody that you maybe have invested a bit of video time in. And then maybe, let's say once a quarter. So what's that? That's 5 definite times that they see you, whether that be on video, on camera, or whatever. It's been something that I think leaders over many, 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 many years have often battled with, that idea that their staff want to see them. They just want to see me, for goodness sake. I've got a job to be done. For goodness sake, all they want to do is they seem to want to know me and see me. But what can you do that means that you can achieve that in today's modern world? Well, something that we often talk about with my clients is, okay, well, where are the opportunities to get, say you've got one message here, you've got your vision here, and you've got 5 opportunities across the year to give that vision out. And we already know that people need to see you 11 times for 7 hours in 4 different platforms to be able to go, oh yes, I actually trust you enough to do that. And bear in mind that someone down here is not going to get that much FaceTime with you as a leader. So someone here in this part of the world probably needs a bit more time. And guess what? The really exciting thing is that everybody these days is used to receiving information and trust via a digital platform, via an online platform. So imagine that in 2026, you start to see opportunities to deliver this vision over and over again. And that could be social media. Like even your external posts on a day-to-day basis are seen by your team, and they will develop this and therefore develop the know you and like you and trust you bit. Imagine that you had orchestrated videos that you put out onto your intranet that kind of just explained your day or your way of thinking or your intent. Imagine if your intent was coming through from here, and every time a message got delivered, these people here knew what your intent was because you'd been able to broadcast to them. Maybe you have a podcast. Maybe you go and speak at conferences. Maybe every time you have a meeting with anyone here that means that they're going to perpetuate your message, you start to bring in your vision and you say everything. Maybe just every opportunity that is available to you becomes a presenting, a messaging opportunity that you can devise with different moments, different bits of content, different bits of elements. And I know that you're thinking, but I send emails out and we do that town hall and then they get an email. Yeah, great. Keep on doing it. But what I'm saying to you is that an email cements things. It doesn't display your intent. It's open to these weak points, isn't it? Because this person here can add their own feeling to it. They can add their own decision to it. And that can take them off on a trajectory. And now I'm not saying that if you utilize this, that's not going to happen. But what we want to always do is put you in a position as a leader where you are giving yourself the best opportunity to get your intent across, to get your vision across, and to build trust with your team so that it makes your day a lot easier and it makes your business grow and it achieves the things that you want to achieve. And so that means if you can get good at presenting, If you can get good at reading a situation in every situation, and if you can get good at putting together content and vision messages really quickly, then all of this will start to fall into place and it will get a lot easier for you. And that is what the Presenter Coach is all about. We really believe in creating, we really want the oil of your company to be amazing, to make sure that people are getting the messages quickly and are moving quickly and trust you enough to do so. So that's why being a great presenter will help you to grow your business. I'll be back next week with some more information for you. Every single week, you'll get some sort of speaker workout, something to think about, something to work on that will help you with your presenting and running your business. I'll see you then. Have a great week. And in the meantime, remember, great communication will change your life, including the way you talk to yourself.